In a striking development, former US President Donald Trump has officially declared Antifa a terrorist organization, marking one of the most controversial designations in recent political history. The announcement, which was highlighted on Fox News, immediately sparked widespread debate across the United States and abroad. Supporters of the move argue that it is long overdue, pointing to incidents of street clashes and property damage often associated with Antifa-linked activists. Critics, however, warn that the decision risks undermining democratic freedoms, criminalizing dissent, and blurring the line between activism and terrorism. Antifa, short for anti-fascist, is not a single structured group, but rather a loose network of activists who share opposition to far-right ideologies. While the movement has been active in the US for years, its visibility increased during protests against police violence and right-wing rallies. Many members identify with leftist or anarchist traditions, often employing direct action tactics. This decentralized and fluid nature makes Antifa difficult to categorize as a formal organization, which is precisely why opponents of Trump's decision call the terrorist label both inaccurate and dangerous. Trump's announcement reflects his long-standing criticism of Antifa. During his presidency, he frequently accused the movement of fueling unrest, particularly during the 2020 protests that erupted nationwide after the killing of George Floyd. At the time, legal experts noted that the US government lacked a clear mechanism to designate domestic groups as terrorist organizations, as existing laws are primarily directed at foreign entities. By framing Antifa as a major terrorist organization, Trump has reignited debates over civil liberties, law enforcement powers, and the limits of presidential authority. The declaration comes at a time of heightened polarization in American politics. With the 2025 political season already tense, Trump's announcement may deepen divides between those who view Antifa as a threat to law and order and those who see it as a legitimate force resisting authoritarianism. The broader implications extend beyond domestic politics. International observers are watching closely to see whether the United States will apply the terrorist designation in ways that affect global counterterrorism policies. News coverage of the announcement has been intense. Fox News presented the development as a necessary step toward protecting public safety, while other outlets, including Democracy Now!, featured critical voices questioning the legitimacy of the designation. Analysts argue that labeling Antifa as a terrorist organization may open the door for expanded surveillance and harsher crackdowns on protest movements more generally. This could set a precedent where dissenting groups, regardless of their tactics, risk being categorized under the same label traditionally reserved for violent extremist networks. Ultimately, the decision to classify Antifa as a terrorist organization highlights the ongoing battle over the definition of extremism in America. For Trump's supporters, the move symbolizes a tough stance against what they perceive as domestic chaos. For his critics, it represents an authoritarian step that weaponizes counterterrorism against political opponents. As the debate unfolds, the issue underscores a central challenge in democratic societies, balancing security with the preservation of fundamental rights.